Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, the Confidence Coach. Welcome to the Confidence Zone. I could not be more delighted than to have a special guest with me today, Trish Campbell. Hello.
Hi, Susan. Thanks for having me in your space.
Always appreciate you so much. Folks, this is Trish, and
Mhm.
I am going to be interviewing Trish this Thursday on my KSMG Book Show podcast, Your Book, My Time. Trish, I'm so happy to have you in the confidence zone today as a discussion before our podcast discussion. And I want to ask you about your brand new book in particular. What was your confidence factor or lack of confidence factor around the publication of your book?
Wow. That I haven't had that question yet, so that's good. I would think I really felt confident in sharing my story because I felt it was so needed going through what I went through and experiencing and sharing with my close inner circle. I knew that I wasn't the only one going through and connecting all of the dots that I connected in my book, Love Me. And so I knew that, yeah, I remember, I knew I wanted to put it out there. So I was very confident in that. And it's always been a dream of mine. And so pushing the button on that dream was, that was its own little moment of having the confidence to do that because I felt hesitant in that moment because once I pushed that button, then what? It was like, so I was like suspended in time, like witnessing myself hesitating because then my story changes. I'm getting chills thinking about it, but it's a release, it's a birth, it's a birthing, and then it's a restoration after that. So it's a completely um new space for me. So, and I
Mhm.
knew that I could feel that. So it was like I had to take that time to pause and almost, okay, we're going to do this now. We're going to push this button.
So much. I'm already loving this. So the first thing that I'm hearing is what you felt confident about was the sharing of your story because you knew, you gleaned, and you felt that your story was probably familiar to other people.
Right.
And so I love that you really felt that confidence that the story in you needed to be shared, and that it sounds to me like that you would be sharing it. Now, the next space, I love that you didn't say, I wasn't confident about pushing that button, right?
Mhm.
Uploading the actual publication. But
Right.
instead, the way you talk about it is, yeah, it was an unknown, it was an opening, a new beginning. And there was this, the way you said it, this, space and time of being in between just in that moment. I
Mhm.
really love that.
Yeah, that, and I'm just so grateful I had that awareness to wait, like just stop and pause and take this in because yeah, I didn't know what was on the other side of that. And that can be scary, but it's also exciting. And that's where I want to be. If I'm not a little bit scared, then I know maybe it's not stretching me and I'm not growing enough. So
Well,
that's been one of the lessons.
let me tell you something, Trish. I've known you for a while now through the Cornelia Stephanie Media Group. You and I have both been involved with the group
Hmm.
before the creation of the KS Media Group app. And
Yes.
since the creation of the KS Media Group app, where you have now become a principal, involved with the app, and I'm also one of the founders of that app, I cannot believe the confidence factor is off the charts. I mean, come on, I'm just going to call out what is, it really to see you on this other side now from a year ago or 8 months ago or even 6 months ago. Do you agree with me or not?
I agree with you. I feel that. I feel that transformation looking back, and I'm so grateful for that space and in the group. That just speaks to the group that we are and that how we've come together and how we support each other stepping into that skin, that's one of your phrases I've heard you say, like that skin of who we are in our authenticity, who we are meant to be in sharing our gifts. And that's why I feel a sense of confidence, because I know I'm doing what I was always meant to do. And I feel like doing that and sharing my story too is helping other people realize that within themselves, that they can do that too. Everyone has that. We all have that gift that's unique to us, and that it's meant to be shared, not to be hidden. So
I wanna talk about self-love in a second,
mhm,
the love me. But before I do, I really just got a big energy about the Cornelia Stephanie Media Group. And
mhm,
now we have the KS Media Group app. You and I go every Tuesday to a 2-hour mastermind,
mhm,
and once a month to another 2-hour mastermind. And so we really show up there.
mhm,
And what you were just talking about, it just came to me that we can rise in confidence. We know what we have in us, Trish. I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to think of these words. I really want to
mhm.
get this right. We know what we have in us. We know what we have in us to share. And inside this group, we get like, I think I'm going to use the word validation, but it feels more like verification. It feels more like permit. Oh, that's what it is. It's permission to be who
Mission.
we are, and that the other people see us, and that helps us feel more confident. Like, and today, as you know, Cornelia mentioned something for us to look out 6 months ahead
Mhm.
and see where we want to be. And I had an emotional, like crying emotional response because it's the anniversary of the death of my mother. And in this type of group, it's like everybody just like loves on you and sees you and supports you and validates like where you are and who you are. You know what I mean about this like group
Yes.
support?
Yeah, that's what I love about the space, that we can show up as we are in any given moment. And if we're triggered by something, we're allowed to express that. And not allowed, it's just we just know we can be who we are. And that is what's so beautiful about the space that we're creating, because we've all come from the spaces where we've had to hide that. And
Mm,
so you're right, that all loops back into why there's a sense of confidence within the group and us, and kind of helping lift each other up and getting that verification when we're talking about our businesses, when we're going through when we're just when we're masterminding something, but we're working through solutions and challenges, and we're all chiming in and helping support each other get to the next level. And so that's the beauty of it. And I love that vulnerable space. I mean, I think you said it, and I know it happened for me the first time I joined that group. The first day I cried, and
yes.
because I found my people, and it's like we immediately felt that energy, that we could be who we are in that space without
Yeah,
even anyone
absolutely.
saying a word about it. Yeah,
Yeah, so true.
it's
Okay,
beautiful.
I really wanna talk about, Love Me because, I grew up in an overachieving family, a blessed, beautiful, privileged, loving family. Still in all, I became a type A personality, and in extreme type A, self-love is not really found. And
Mhm,
then over time, I had my own journey and breaking through to liking myself and loving myself, knowing that it's not coming from arrogance, but rather soul. This was part of my journey. And so, what you're sharing, you've got the hat, the Love Me, the Love Me
yeah.
logo now, and
Oh, where's
the
my mug? Yeah.
brand. Yeah, and it's really it's been really game changing for me to like myself and to love myself, and then by extension that has led to self compassion, self care, and so this is to me what I really want to hear from you about. I know you have a story about breaking through
Mhm.
loving yourself as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll get to that. I really want to touch on what you said because it's so beautiful that you said this isn't about arrogance, it's about connection with soul. And that is the essence of love me, is going back to myself, remembering who I am, reconnecting with myself, and it's not about arrogance or anything like that. And for you mentioned the type A personality, and I had a beautiful upbringing as well. And there was some trauma in my childhood as well. And that shaped who I became in my adulthood and living my life to expectations that were set outside of me. And they weren't necessarily directly communicated expectations. They were just the expectations of society, of our circles, our teachers, our families, our whoever we're around with in our growing up and in shaping us into adulthood, that we think we have to show up a certain way, that success looks a certain way, that we have to check all the boxes. I checked all the boxes but my own in my life. And it wasn't until I had the end of a relationship that I realized I had a pattern of showing up a certain way, where I call it shaving off parts of myself in order to fit in. And that was in every space. And it wasn't an authentic version of myself. It was just how I felt loved and accepted. And so then I realized I need to go back to the root of this and figure out how this happened and then write a new story.
Mm. I'm still stuck on shaving off parts of myself to fit in, Trish. Oh my God, that's the most precious, really, literary use of
Yeah.
visual terms. It really is. Well, listen, I cannot wait to have our book show conversation
Yes.
this Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And really want to thank you for joining me here today in the Confidence Zone, and really want to wish you the very best, and continue to be your own soul inspired, to ripple out those good energy, that good energy field to the world. So needed. I want to thank you very, very much.
Yeah. Thank you for the invitation. I can't wait to continue this conversation on your show.
We'll be continuing it on the Your Book, My Time book show podcast. This Thursday will be live, and then it will be rolled out on Transformation Talk Radio. All right, Trish Campbell, this is Trish.com.
This is TrishCampbell.com.
This
Yes.
is
Yeah.
TrishCampbell.com.
Thank you
Look
so
for
much.
us. Yeah, absolutely. And to everyone else, look for us in the KS Media Group app. You'll
Yes.
find us there. All right, Trish. See you Thursday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.